Okay, so today I wanted to have a bit of a chat about values, and I'm really excited because I've actually just reset our radical HR values, which is feeling so amazingly good. And it really made me think about why we have values, and a lot of my time I spend talking to leaders around great organisations. And one of my first questions that I love to hear is, what are your values? And it is really shocking and surprising how many can't name them or say that they need to look them up. They're on the wall somewhere, they're buried in a strategy document. And so when we try and unpack that a little bit and find out what they actually mean, they aren't something that's living and breathing, and they are just on the wall, which actually makes me really sad, because the whole purpose we have of values is to be that guiding North Star, compass, whatever you like to call it, that gives us a framework to go, am I making the right decision? Am I doing the right thing? And we have this messy middle that occurs in our worlds that can't be written away by 1,000,001 policies. But if we bring it all down to our values, what are they? How do we show up? How do we behave? What are the decisions we're making? It actually creates this beautiful clarity that we can work within. It helps your team make great decisions. They don't have to follow a 10-step framework. They can actually just say, am I doing the right thing? Is this in line with our values? Performance becomes values conversations. It is how we show up for ourselves, for our team, for our clients. So I'm really excited to introduce our values, and it just feels really good, right? Like when you've got values that mean something, it just feels great. So number one is humans first, and I love this because humans aren't resources, they're not capital. I think we need to get rid of those horrible terms that we use, but they are the reason that organisations succeed. So when we prioritise whole and belonging and strengths, our extraordinary teams will thrive. So humans first is the heart of what we do and why we do it. So humans are the core of extraordinary teams. The second value is courageous curiosity, which is the mindset that we have. This is how we choose to think. What this means for us is that we choose curiosity over certainty. I love that word, curiosity. And lean into the messy questions and uncertain future that others avoid. We explore openly, we challenge assumptions, and we're brave enough to act on what we find. And I think that's the key to it, right? Is that we can be curious, but are we brave enough to do something with it, which is where the courageous part comes in. So we want to be curious enough to ask and courageous enough to act. The third one, which is kind of the method, is empowered growth, and I love that word, empowered. It's part of the reason I'm the Chief Empowerment Officer, I think. Empowering others is what we need to do more. It's about being generous with how we do things. So what we want to do with this is we want to build capability not only in ourselves but in our clients and in our communities as well. So real empowerment means giving people the tools and the trust and the support to grow, so that they can make impactful change, and that's what we're all here for. So empowered people empower others. The fourth one we've got is future by design, which is the forward energy, which is the future innovation. So we don't wait for the future to arrive, we co-design it. Innovation is both disruptive and intention, breaking what no longer serves and shaping what comes next. Learning and growing aren't accidents, they're intentional choices. And I love that word, intentional. Intentionality is actually my word of the year. So really for us, this is about taking control of the future that we're going to be in and how we do that. So we don't wait for the future, we design it. And our last one, our fifth one, is adding value always. So this is the measure. We believe that intentional activity adds value. Everything we do must matter. Extraordinary teams will thrive when the energy goes into meaningful work, not endless motion, not that hamster wheel that we so often live on. And we never will do activity for activity's sake. So often we do things because they've always been done, or it's a status quo thing. We're out to break that mould and make sure that every minute we spend doing something, every activity that we do is adding value somewhere, somehow. So every action must matter. So those 5 phrases aren't just words we say. They're how we make decisions. They're how we show up for each other and for our clients. And they're how we attract the right people, align around purpose, lead with courage, and build extraordinary teams that will win. They are our anchor, our compass, our standard, whatever you like to call them, whatever you like to refer to them. And that is how we will design the future together. Humans first, courageous curiosity, empowered growth, future by design, and adding value always. That is Radical HR, and I'm really excited to share that with you. I'd love to know what your values are, what they mean, how you use them, and does your value set actually mean something in your organisation? Does it add value, or is it just something on the wall? What needs to change? What's great? Let me know. I'd love to hear. Ka kite.